Hello guys, and welcome back to Grim Tellers. Today I am going to tell you a story about the cursed radio and the secrets of the midnight broadcast. So let's get right into it. In the quiet town of Crestfall, nestled deep within the woods, an eerie legend whispered through generations. Locals spoke of a long-abandoned radio station, WKZR, infamous for its mysterious midnight broadcasts. The station had been shuttered for decades, its frequency deemed cursed by those who had once listened. The story began with Daniel Tate, an aspiring radio host in the 1960s, who had inherited WKZR from his late father. Eager to revive the station's glory, Daniel stumbled upon a hidden recording in the station's archives. It was a tape labeled The Midnight Broadcast, a show that had aired only once before being banned. The tape contained a series of spine-chilling voices, eerily distorted music, and ominous incantations. The broadcast had never been meant for human ears, and Daniel, intrigued and foolish, decided to play it on the airwaves during the witching hour. As the clock struck midnight, the broadcast began. The town fell silent, and a wave of unease swept through Crestfall. Those who tuned in felt an otherworldly presence creeping into their homes. The recording seemed to beckon listeners, drawing them into a trance. Soon, bizarre occurrences plywood Crestfall. Shadows danced in the corners of people's vision, and unsettling whispers echoed in their dreams. Daniel, realizing the gravity of his mistake, attempted to halt the broadcast, but it refused to be silenced. The voices on the tape grew louder, more insistent. Desperate to end the nightmare, Daniel delved into the town's history. He learned of an ancient cult, the Harbingers of the Abyss, who had once resided in Crestfall. The cult had used the radio station as a conduit for their dark rituals, summoning eldritch entities from the void. As Daniel unraveled the cult's secrets, he discovered that the only way to stop the midnight broadcast was to confront the malevolent entity it had awakened. Armed with a relic from the cult's past, he ventured into the abandoned radio station at the stroke of midnight. Inside, the air was thick with dread. The voices from the recording grew deafening as he ascended to the broadcast room. There, he encountered a grotesque, otherworldly being, an embodiment of the sinister power unleashed by the cult. A harrowing battle ensued, pitting Daniel's determination against the entity's malevolence. With a final, desperate act, he played the relic like a twisted symphony, countering the darkness with a cacophony of discordant notes. The entity let out a blood-curdling scream, and the station crumbled into darkness. Crestfall was free from the midnight broadcast, but at a terrible cost. Daniel Tate had sacrificed himself to save the town, ensuring the cursed radio station's eternal silence. Decades later, WKZR remained a crumbling relic, a solemn reminder of the horrors that once plagued Crestfall. The legend of the midnight broadcast lived on, a warning to all who dared to tamper with forces beyond their understanding. As the story concluded, the camera panned over the overgrown ruins of WKZR, capturing the eerie stillness of Crestfall's woods. The screen faded to black, leaving viewers with a lingering sense of unease and the haunting echoes of the midnight broadcast. That concludes this chapter of darkness. Stay tuned for the next nightmare on Grim Tellers. Until then, keep your lantern close and your courage closer. See you in your nightmares.